a highly enthusiastic welcome to one and all at our famed talk show, A Sip of Coffee Online with When India. I am Vandita Tiwari, your moderator for the session today, and our guests are Mr. Riaz, founder and CEO of Rai Technology, a website and digital marketing company. And his hobbies include playing Rubik's Cube, Sudoku, and now I understand why is he speaking against the motion. His burning desire is to have one satisfied paid clients every day. And according to him, his key to success are being organized and very systematic, specific, crisp, and clear communication. And now, time for our second speaker, Priyanka Singh. She is principal of Bangalore School and she has been awarded by India on Move for contribution in education field. The Bangalore School ECC has won many national and international awards under her leadership and guidance. With a master's in political science and a lawyer by profession, she picked up the education field because of her interest in early childhood education area. And I'm so looking forward to have this debate with a lawyer on board. So she believes that there is no magic to achievement. It's really about hard work, choices, and persistence. And she has also been crowned as Mrs. India Queen South 2021. All right, so let me add our guest to our live stream. Welcome, Priyanka. Welcome, Riaz.
Welcome.
Yeah, so when India is happy to, yeah.
Go ahead, please.
When India is happy to have two of you for today's session.
It's our pleasure, and thank you.
Feeling, because, I have been to this platform earlier, and trust you me, Vandita, it's always a beautiful feeling.
Thank you so much. Yeah, Riaz is first time here with us.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, are two of you ready?
Yes,
Definitely.
yes.
Okay. So, without wasting time, let's start. In today's world, perfectionism is seen as one of our admirable trait. And our topic today is perfection reduces productivity. So let's start with Riaz. What are your views about it?
All right. Thank you, Vandita, and thank you, India. My point of view is perfection never reduces productivity. Let me make it clear. Perfection never reduces productivity. How do I justify this? If you do even a small thing with a lot of involvement and passion, then not only you get the perfect output, whatever you do, it also increases your productivity, both in terms of first time result, and later you can avoid firefighting to correct the mistakes you made because you were in a hurry to just complete the task without worrying about the result. If you focus only on immediate productivity at the cost of perfection, you end up spending more time on damage control, repair, service, loss, etc. in the later stage. Finally, last point is it will eventually cost you more time, more money, more energy, above all, your peace of mind and credibility in the market. It will affect not just your turnover, but your bottom line as well. That means your profit as well. So my opinion is have a lot of preparation, spend time on skill enhancement, have a healthy and happy personal life. So you don't have to carry your frustration in your personal life to work life and vice versa. This could be one reason why it is affecting your productivity and not perfection. Over to you, Vandita.
Yes, Priyanka.
So, Vandita, if you'll ask me, I think people who believe that things must be done only if it can be done perfectly often end up procrastinating their work. They wait for the perfect moment to begin work. However, that perfect moment often does not arrive and it results in destruction of productivity. It happens because they are often unable, to designate any decision as unimportant, which prevents these perfectionists from quick action or delegation because they feel morally obligated to over deliver, and they rigidly cling to habit that might no longer be serving them somewhere. Perfection sounds like a first problem towards productivity. It's like having a great idea but doubting your ability to execute it. It can leave you afraid to just complete and publish your work. Some of the most successful inventors failed, but they kept going in pursuit of perfection. So, perfection is subjective and spoil people's creativity when they spend too much time seeking recognition from others. So, perfection is like a mirage to me, which is a phenomenal where you think you see the water, but in real scenario, it's nothing. Over to you, Vandita.
Okay, so that's an interesting start, I will say. And we are right on track from the beginning only, it seems. So
Mhm.
we are also focusing today on is being perfectionist a trap? So as Priyanka said, perfection depends on individual. Something can be perfect for me and may not be perfect for somebody else.
So
And
agreed with
perfection is a dynamic perception. Today's perfect will be relative to the results achieved yesterday.
you. Mhm.
Could it truly give us some happiness, or is it a vicious circle of this perfection and this? Yes, Priyanka, will you like to go?
Well, definitely. As you correctly mentioned, Vandita, that what is perfect to me may be not perfect to you. You have achieved something with your hard work, with your dedication, with your perfect idea, but might when I am going to view that, and or maybe when I'm going to judge that, it's not up to the mark as per my criteria. So somewhere I feel that just thought process of being perfect or doing things perfectly, it's just make a person go sad because it happens that what is perfect to you maybe it's not to me. It's like the thing this is just go on and on. This is a long process. So if you'll ask me, you are not at all going to achieve happiness because you will again end up thinking that, oh, it's not perfect because I wanted to do something. It has happened, but maybe this was not what I wanted. So I don't think we'll ever get happiness in terms of working towards perfection. If we work towards getting a good achievement which can make me and my surroundings happy, I think that is the best way to work. So let's work to get the thing done in a correct manner, by keeping everyone's happiness and everyone's work goal in mind, instead of just thinking about your perfect role, your perfect work, or your perfect outcome. That will not happen ever. That's what I believe, Vandita.
Yes, Riaz, what's your take on that? Do
Okay,
you think it's a
regarding
vicious circle?
I don't think so. First, the statement is okay. Perfection is dynamic. All right, it's a relative. Agree, but this one makes sense. But when it comes to this relative is when it comes to your product or a process or a service, then I can understand. Yesterday you've done something, you try to improve. That is relative. Agreed. But when it comes to day-to-day routine action, then it is your sincerity and involvement gives you perfect result. You just cannot say, no, it is a boring job, therefore I am not able to do perfectly and all this. That cannot be done. You're not talking about rocket science, right? Okay. So when I'm talking about our day-to-day activities, which if you can put in a little bit of extra sincerity, extra involvement, you definitely get your best result. Let's not focus on the word called perfection or perfectionist. Okay, let's understand the practical implication. All right. So day-to-day action. So I would like people to get sincerity and involvement. We all know nobody is perfect in this world except the God and Almighty. That we know. That is the what is the grounding statement. Nobody can deny that. But what we can do is how we can improve much better than yesterday. Over to you.
I would like to add one thing here. First of all, to
Yeah,
thank you,
please.
Mr. Riaz, that you agreed to the point that nobody is perfect, which is helping me here to win against you in terms of debate. You know, so and as you said, you were talking about the process of working. Well, when we are in the process of working, we work to achieve the goal, but when we just work to show our work perfectly, I think that then we leave the track of achieving the goal by keeping the things done. When we start working just to make things perfect, then it doesn't work. This is what I believe. Yes, Vandita, over to you for the next question.
Vandita, one small 5-second interruption.
Yes,
I'm not here
please
to
do.
win or lose the debate here, all right? I'm just putting my point of view.
I love this part of debate. And as Vanita correctly said, once a lawyer, always a lawyer.
I'm not a lawyer.
She is a lawyer, so that's why we'll go give a good fight on that.
Yes,
So
Vanita.
yes, taking it forward, like what you mentioned about the targeting perfection. My next question will be: would people ever work on new plans and startups if they target perfection? As you were talking, Priyanka, like if they think of a right time to start, right things to do. So how will that be taken care? Do the startups have to be focused on perfection?
You want me to answer first, Vandita?
Yeah, please go.
Yeah. So traditionally, startup business, it draft a business plan for three specific reasons, because I'm an entrepreneur also, so I will share my experience here. So this is how we normally work. We, plan how we want to go ahead with our business plan. So we draft, then draft to articulate our vision, whatever we have for that particular business. Then we work for the key challenges, and then we start working how we are going to pitch for our business ideas to potential investors or customers. But what the thing which matters most is the launch. So launch is a forefront of every entrepreneur's mind from the moment they conceive an idea. Unfortunately, when it comes to the perfect work, they often get in the way of the ultimate goal. When it comes to realizing a new product or service, many startups, they fall into a failure, Vandita, just because the founder was trying to add every last additional features to his or her product. Ideally, launching with the basics, you can not only start earning money sooner, but you will also be able to collect actual customers feedback to determine the future of your product. You might find that the advanced features you were itching to add don't actually matter to your customers. So there is the reason why so many successful startups have versions 2.0, 3.0, 4.0, or so on. Just because they have launched their idea the way they wanted to be. They were not involved themselves in making it perfect and then launching, because what is new today will become old tomorrow, right? So this is how it
Yes.
works. So if you are launching at correct time and start taking the feedback of a customer and then coming up with a new idea, I mean, it will help you to be more creative. It will help you to become the fighter who's always ready to win. But if you're just waiting for the perfect moment, because you always want things to be perfect, then I'm so sorry. This business is going to be a big fail. This is what I believe. So delaying a launch in the name of perfectionism can cause your startup to end up deeper in debt and more likely to fail. Instead, push your product out into the world and let the growth happen from there, and be ready for positive criticism, because Vandita, you will definitely agree to me, and Mr. Riaz, you as well. Positive criticism helps to grow, instead of just thinking
Yes.
that I'm perfect, my product is perfect, and whatever I'm doing is going to be perfect, or I will not do till the time it's not perfect. I mean, there is no end to it. Yes,
Yes,
Vandita.
Riaz.
All right. Okay. So the question here is new plans and startup if they target perfection. People work any new plans, correct? All right. First of all, the problem here is the perception of what is perfection. All right. If you are starting a new plan or startup, you are no more an employee, you're an entrepreneur. So entrepreneur, if they started thinking about all this small thing, they cannot be a successful entrepreneur at any cost. All right.
Okay.
Now, coming to what is happening in the market is most of them, the new young startup or what do you call it as small entrepreneurs, what happens is they have a lot of theory in their mind. They don't know what is going to happen in the practical situation. They think that their idea is the number one idea. They want to implement it, so they are not ready to take any, as like Priyanka said, constructive feedback. They are not ready. But for this, there is a solution. Here also, you can use this, the proverb called, if you want to eat an elephant, eat bit by bit. All right. In this technological field, there is a technology called agile format. You don't wait for an entire product cycle to complete, then launch it. Why don't you have an agile format where a small portion of things you complete it and launch it, take the feedback and then continue? So this, like this, you can get a better, or I don't use the word called perfection. At least you get a better result. Then go to the market and come back and optimize it. If you don't have to wait for the entire product. There is a issue is a lack of application rather. It is just not. It is not because of the perfectionist. Okay, it is because that they don't use the proper technology. If they can use an agile methodology, then they can still get a better perfect model to launch. That's my view.
Yeah, agree to you. Waiting for the perfect moment, perfect technology will definitely delay the process of launch.
So
And
we can
yes,
go ahead with an agile mode. There is a mod called agile mode in the business world. So they can adopt that agile mode. Still, they can they can attain the perfection. If you look at it a small piece by piece, if they get into that. If you want to eat entire elephant, then I'll go ahead with Priyanka. Priyanka can win the debate. If you want to eat entire elephant, yes, it is not possible.
so
If they want to launch if they want to launch the product after completing everything, then it is they are in fool's paradise.
absolutely, because until we do a real test with the customers, we are not sure what is a perfect product basically.
Yeah, that is literally like understanding the product and process, following the protocol and launching. That is literally a process of coming up with it. But if we'll start waiting for the right moment and things to be the way we want, it might take time. And by
Yeah.
then the idea will become old. So yes. Yeah,
True,
Vandita.
true.
So, Riaz, do you feel perfection lead to fear of failure also in business?
Absolutely no. A big no. Let's take an example. Imagine, Vandita, you are my customer and I am your vendor. Do you accept any of my service or product with the less quality as well as delay in timeline what we agreed upon? Let me know.
Hmm.
Because you must have approached me because I have having gone through my background and my credit worthiness, my trustability in the market. That is why you approached me. And we had enough of discussion before you handed over the PO to me, before I accepted the offer. And then later I come and say, oh, sorry, another one more week, another one more month. All right, that's number one. Number two, do you accept any mediocre quality? You don't, right?
No.
Instead of that, if I put a proper process in place in my facility, my company or my manufacturing facility, where every steps, every process is going through the quality. Therefore, I don't have to wait for the delivery time, Vandita to return the product. Then I say, oh, sorry, give me one more month time. I will know. That not required. Every process, if you go through that proper quality testing, whatever you call it as, then I will be able to deliver my product and you will be happy to refer more customer to me. So fear is I mean, Priyanka being an educator, so this is one thing happened in the maths field also. People think that maths is really tough. It is just a fear, because I used to be a maths teacher. So I used to encourage people to, with a different method, to create an interest towards the children. So fear is all, it's a psychology. It's nothing to do with your perfectionist. It's nothing to do with, that's my point of view. Let's see what Priyanka's revert back.
Yes, Priyanka.
Yeah, I'm ready for that. So, Vandita, I think people often confuse high achieving behavior with perfect behavior. High achievers are dedicated, determined. They are individuals who have a strong desire to accomplish something that's important to them. Their achievements are not about what others will think of them or a fear of failure. It's to gain personal gratification from their success. Now, on the other hand, perfectionists avoid taking on challenges that may cause them to fail. They like to stick with what they know. If presented with an opportunity that means development of new skills or move outside of their comfort zone, they're likely to turn it down because they're afraid that they're always so perfect, in terms of their work, with their attitude. So it's not enough to tackle a new learning curve and will be seen as a failure or let someone down. So, but what they should understand is success comes from not only believing in your vision, but also in yourself. Sounds easy enough, right? But it gets complicated when self doubted and toxic thinking takes over in the shape of perfectionist. So, what I actually want to tell you here, that there's a difference between somebody who is, always working with a growth mindset and a person who is just working to be perfect. So, definitely, I will agree to it that the perfection leads to a failure because you wait for the perfect moment and things to be perfect.
Okay, just give me 30 seconds, Vandita.
Yes.
Since Priyanka is an educator, I would like to take a teaching example. All right. Imagine
Please.
I am a teacher. And I'm working in Priyanka's school, and Vandita is a mother, and Vandita's child is coming to your school. All right. And you hired me as a teacher, and I agreed upon whatever salary offered. Okay, everything. As I also already inquired about what is the number of students, everything. I mean, workload. I already understood my workload and agreed upon whatever the remuneration accordingly. Then I agreed. Once I agreed, yes, I'm an employee. All right, I'm a teacher. Now imagine, so all of us are parents, right here. All right, Priyanka, you're also a mother. All right. Now, whenever you take your child's book, let it be classwork, homework, or a test, I'm not generalizing it. Most of the time, we will find mistakes from the teacher. That means a child is already made a mistake, and teacher in a hurry to correct, they just corrected it. So some of the right answer gone wrong, wrong answer got corrected, and totaling is wrong. So where is this? How do you blame it? Is it not because you're not involving yourself? Just instead of let's say 10 minutes for a correction of the paper, another 30 seconds should have been sorted out. So do you blame on perfection there? You don't want a perfect behavior from the teacher.
1 second.
You want it's such a silly things, right? 1 second. Such a silly things, right? I always take a small generic example to make you understand. Same thing applies to our factories or any of our entrepreneurship, any of work, whatever it is. In this case, an employee mindset, what happens? They want to just complete the work. They just wanted to complete the work. That is unlike an entrepreneur. They just wanted to complete the work. Okay, this is exactly happens when we try to complete the work, not involving ourselves, not giving a proper what do you call it as sincerity. Yeah, go ahead, Priyanka. You were saying something.
No. You are taking it wrong. So, one second, if any teacher or any employee is not doing their work properly, there are many reasons for that. Maybe they are not interested in that work and they are doing it just for the sake of earning money. Maybe they are not doing it properly because they are not trained properly, or maybe the work is not a perfect work for them. So this is a completely different scenario, and it has nothing to do with the perfect mindset, or a person who wants things to be perfect, or a person who wants to achieve more. Because for an example, I will give my example. I'm a law graduate. I have worked as a lawyer. Why I have not continued? Not because I was not perfect in my work, or maybe not because I was not interested in doing that. I was doing good, I was earning good money, but that was not my cup of tea. I have shifted to education because somewhere I felt that this is the place where I will do good, where I will help young minds to grow. So I have shifted my work. So it's completely different example what you have given. You have given the example of somebody not showing honesty in their work. So that, if you'll ask me, I will take the action against the team. But though I am very particular in terms of selecting teachers, so that will not happen.
I think you missed one point. Before I used that example, I said the background. I said, as a teacher, I know what is the workload I'm going to have. And when you recruited, you also gone through my credibility. That is why you hired me. All right. And that's why I said I agreed for whatever the salary agreed upon. Even after that, if you're not doing your work, we're all going to suffer. Parent is going to suffer, child is going to suffer, principal is going to suffer, management is going to suffer. It's a long chain is going to happen.
So, Riyaz,
Because
it's all
lack
about
of perfection
Riyaz,
in
it's all
their work. Lack of perfection in their work.
No, it's all about not paying attention towards your commitment. That is a completely different thing. If you're not paying attention towards the commitment which you have given to your organization, then it's the fault of that particular person, and everyone will suffer because of that. There, I'm agreeing with you.
Okay, so
But
okay,
it has
now
nothing to
take
do
an
with the
example. Okay,
perfection or
take an,
not being perfect. It's a completely different example.
no. You take an example instead of an employee. You would take an example as you as an entrepreneur. So
Okay.
if you are not putting your sincere effort, if you are not liking your work, you won't be there in the first place as an entrepreneur. Because you are an entrepreneur, you're forced to put your 100% effort. Because even though you're an entrepreneur, you for you it's a vendor is your pays, right? For an employee, employer is a paymaster. For an entrepreneur, the customers are paymaster. So you have to satisfy your customers. Naturally, you don't want to, because it's your own work. Naturally, there is a slight difference compared to employee and employer. But end of the day, it is how your involvement, your activity, sincere involvement in your activity leads to perfection. Over to you,
I,
Vandita.
I'm sure that everyone will agree to that. I'm giving my 100%. My teachers, my team, or any organization, when they work, they try to give their 100%. But when it comes to any individual, let's take the example of me as a principal. Uh, I try to give my 100%. But every day I learn something or other thing from the teachers, from my colleagues, and I'm not perfect. I'm just trying to be best, but I'm not perfect. So whatever happens, it's always a way to move on and learn something out of it. So if somebody is not following the work process, that is not at all related to high achiever, as I said earlier, or to perfectionist. It is just because you are not into your work. Yes, Vandita.
Okay. So let's move on from there and we go to somebody else who is into the work, not focusing on each other.
I
So
know.
let's take some bigger fishes in the market and let's talk about them. And it's a little longer question, so just lend me a ear for it.
Sure.
When Yahoo search engine was released, it was first to the market and obviously not perfect. But when Google search engine was released, It took the world by storm as it was the best to the market instead of first. So, do you think Google ongoing work towards perfection is hampering its productivity? Because we have seen a lot of competition between Facebook and Google going on right now, and Google is also facing a lot of challenges. So, do you think the perfection technique of Google is hampering the work?
I
Yes,
will
Riyaz.
request Riaz
Oh,
to take this question.
okay. Sure.
Absolutely no. It has nothing to do with the perfection there. It is more of a privacy issue and data issues over there rather than perfection. These giants cannot survive if they are not up to mark. It's a highly competitive world, and they already created a lot of brand for themselves. At this point of time, at any cost, they cannot have a layback attitude at any cost. All right. So they are investing in man and machinery so that things can be near perfection. So it will make Priyanka happy. It'll
Yeah,
it'll be
so
near perfection. All right. Because these giants are, of course, earning money through whatever advertise, whatever it is, but they're also investing a lot to make sure that they are competitive. They are competitive. All right. So nothing to do with the perfection here because it's a part of the process. Every day there is a challenge happening. Every other day there is a challenge. Okay. In all you take it in any angle. Okay. So there are challenges. They have to overcome the challenges by invention, nothing else. All right. Plus, there is no other way other than overcoming whatever the challenge that they face. Nothing else they can do it. They have to be competitive in the market. There's no other way.
So
Yeah.
Vandita, yeah, I will agree with Mr. Riaz. He agreed first. Yeah. So when you compare Yahoo and Google, it's more of product comparison, marketing and promotion of the product. Before Google, Yahoo was the famous search engine, but product was failed. To understand the need of the hour, and Google search gives more flexibility and a better user experience. To exist in such market, you have to be competitive, as Mr. Riaz said earlier, not the perfect. This is what Google search engine is doing. They are understanding the customers and working towards it. So they are following a process to provide what is required and what is the need of the hour. So I think here we both are agreed to that point.
So I think in near future or somewhere in future we will see in the Oxford Dictionary also the word search will be replaced by Google only, as
Maybe.
we usually do. So, and while we are talking about these big names, we cannot leave Microsoft. So Microsoft is also constantly working on upgrading features provided in Windows. These attempts by them reach perfection in enhancing user experience with every launch. So, like you said, the business has 2.0, 3.0 versions, and also Microsoft also keep coming in with the versions. So, do you think it's not productive, or it's like somewhere they have to be working more towards perfection, or how it is?
Mr. Riaz, you want to take it first?
No, go ahead. No problem.
So, well, I think definitely it's productive, but as Mr. Riaz earlier said, they're not part of, perfection or not so perfect, because they are following a process of growth where they are understanding the market and coming up with a new solution. Because every day, I will say this Monday we are sleeping and next Monday we are coming up with the new solutions from Microsoft, from Brightco, from Vimeo. There are many companies, right? So when it comes to Microsoft, it's constantly working on upgrading the features, as you said, which means they are able to understand customers' requirement and their competitors. And it's truly business, which is nowhere related to perfection or productivity. In fact, it's pure case of future features requirement and product enhancement. And by following the process, they are definitely increasing the productivity.
Okay.
It's my turn to agree. It's as in a nutshell, it is nothing but business. These
Yeah.
giants are there to make money. Imagine if there is no additional features are coming, who will buy your product? So it is 100%, it's a business. Okay, but what we can learn from this two example, Microsoft and Google and all these examples, is we can put in some process to make sure that at least we follows minimum thing, so that the mistake can be lesser and lesser and lesser, so that your credibility in the market can be better and better and better. All right, these two examples shows that. So if you want to be in the market, be competitive, come out with some innovative solution to target to the market requirement. Imagine Microsoft, if they don't come out with every now and then upgrades and all, they will die very soon. So they cannot afford to do that. They are fighting who is going to be the wealthiest person in the world. They're still fighting, right? So they don't want to lose that market. It is purely, as Priyanka said, it is a purely business model. It's a business model actually. But as a customer or user, we are suffering. Every year we are paying to upgrade it. We are forced to pay for upgradation. Here, nothing to do with the perfection. It is the enhancement, because what we 10 years back, what computer we use is not the computer what we use. Naturally, to suit that computer, you need an appropriate software, appropriate enhancement. Actually, so that is what exactly happening. Depending upon the market requirement, the technology upgradation, their software is also getting upgraded. That's as simple as that. In one word, it is nothing but business, business, business.
So you mean to say it's improvisation which is needed by the business?
Every, as Priyanka said, every day is better than yesterday. Has to be better than yesterday. There's no other choice. There's no other choice. I can give a small example. I used to be part of another social organization called MILT, where our mentor used to say, he used to conduct a lot of competitions, right? Time-based competition with subject-wise, impromptu, prepared speech and all. He never gives, if the scale of 10 out of 10, he never gives 10 out of 10. Maximum, the best performance he gives is 9 out of 10. He said, always there is a scope for improvement. Always there is a scope for improvement. So that is why I already use this. We are not perfect, except the God, we are not perfect. But at least we can try 9 out of 10, right? Whatever work we do, at least we can try 9 out of 10 in this case. If not 10 out of 10, it is impossible. Only God can do it. At least we can try 9 out of 10, at least average scale of 10. All right, go ahead.
It seems you're already in favor of me.
I am also saying there is something going, adjustments are going on there now. How it started, we are on little on similar.
This is called practical. Life is adjustment.
So it brings me to my next question.
There is no perfection word involved there. Okay, it is all process, business and process.
Good.
Yeah. So it brings me to my next question. How do you think the balance between perfection and productivity can be achieved? Yes, Riaz, you are not.
Yes, I am. So what I want to say here is, honestly speaking, you don't have to do the balancing exercise at all. Honestly speaking, as long as you're not doing it for the sake of doing it, as we discussed earlier, if you're doing it for the sake of doing, naturally you end up doing imperfect job, naturally. But then the situation won't come like that. End of the day, it is all about, I'm coming back to the famous word called attitude. All end of the day, the person's attitude is important than the result. All right. So the more you put your heart and soul into whatever activity you do, then you do not have to worry about your balancing act at all. This is my perception, my view. Maybe Priyanka have a different views.
Yes,
I think we should not let perfection be the enemy of productivity. It should be the target, definitely, that I have to achieve it perfectly. So let's work best. So if not 100, at least I will get 99 with the clear idea and the knowledge of my product, whatever it is. Maybe it is any art, maybe it is any reading competition, maybe it is a 10th board exam, whatever it is. So, try to be perfect, because we all know perfection is impossible. So let's try to be perfect, because definitely we'll achieve something good. We have to work with the growth mindset, and we should work to get, what best we can get. So, but if we'll start thinking that, I have to be perfect, then only I will go and give my 10th board. My art has to be perfect, then only I will submit it into any competition. My product has to be perfect, then only I will talk to customer. Then here I am killing my productivity. So if I'm going in any competition, if I am preparing for any exam or whatever it is, I have to be ready, as I said earlier, for positive criticism. I have to use it for my growth. It's okay if I'm coming up with another version of it, but I should try hard, I should try honestly to achieve the goal. But if I am just going to follow a monotonous pattern, that what I'm think is good and in this way only I can become perfect, then I'm going to kill my productivity. To create a balance, I will say that be honest with your work, be honest with yourself, and use perfection as a target. Don't use perfection as this is what you have to achieve. So then definitely we'll work somewhere to balance our goal towards the perfection. But again, I will quote, perfection is impossible.
Okay. So,
Vandana, you must have
yeah.
noticed Principal Priyanka was keep on slowly coming back to try to be perfect at least. She's coming closer now.
No, I'm not. This is my opening statement. I'm not perfect. But yes, I'm a
So it's
lawyer.
the gap is narrowing down
Yeah.
right now. We are not very sure who is in which side. No.
Till now I'm noting my points. It's 2 and 0. So 2 is the side. Yes, Vandita.
Go ahead.
Okay. So let's start with Riaz. Riaz, I'll like to know from you, can you suggest any two business which can run without being perfect and two which have to be perfect? Examples of any two business like that. Business or jobs, anything.
I have to disappoint you. Sorry to say, my answer would be all jobs has to be perfect. Don't make me to list out few jobs which is not required perfection. For a simple example,
Okay.
all right. Let's say I'm not telling cooking is very easy job, but I'm just taking an example. Do you want a cooking job to be not so perfect? You want lesser salt or more salt, lesser sugar or more sugar? Do you want a perfect tea or you want a lesser? What do you want? So naturally, you need a perfect tea, right? Even in that. So my answer would be all jobs requires. Don't try finding out. Okay, in another word, if you're thinking that you can select a few jobs which you think you can conveniently compromise, then it is not practical.
Okay.
If you force me to list out few lists, if I list it, then I'm giving a list only for the sake of giving a list. So honestly, no jobs I can give you with the if you say no perfection at all required. Very difficult. Very difficult.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. So, Vandita, if you'll ask me this, I think for any work, any job, any business, the thing which required most is that we should be skilled for that. For an example, if I have to run a school, I should know how to teach. I should know how to manage that particular school. I should know how to have a conversation with a parent, how I can deal with the pressure created by parents, by teachers, how I should be able to understand the concerns raised by parents, how I should be able to understand the small requirement and a need of a child, and how I should cope up with everything to make this a successful event, successful business, or successful work. So if any teacher, if anyone wants to be a teacher, they have to be skilled with the teaching skills. This even our NEP 2020 is talking, fortunately, a very good thing. That if you have to be a teacher, you have to be skilled, you have to be BEd, you have to be NTT. If I have to start any business, Maybe if I don't have any business degree, at least I should have the inbuilt skills to run my idea, you know, as a business. So I believe to do anything, we need to be skilled, whatever it is. If I have to be a police officer, I go through a training, right? I go through an entrance exam for the same. So whatever it is, we have to be skilled. There is nothing called you have to be perfect for that job, because there are a lot of things which we learn while working. Vandita, I will give my example. I have I'm a law graduate and have started as a lawyer and then have shifted to education because this is what I wanted to do. Now I have won Mrs. India crown. I'm Mrs. India South crown, right? That is completely different work for me. But I have gone through all the training. I have like literally given 2 months to practice, how to walk, how, go on a stage for that particular event. Yes, I have been on stage before that several times, but that is for my school events. That is for my school. I was working studying as a student. So I think there are a lot of things which we learn with the time, But yes, we should have some inbuilt quality to achieve and some educational qualification, definitely, if we are targeting the better future and the best country, for us and for our kids, as well as for neighbors and the people, definitely. So I think we should be skilled, not perfect, but definitely skilled and ready to learn. So this is something which is required, I believe.
One is 30 seconds.
Yeah,
First
please.
of all, congratulations, Priyanka, for become Mrs.
Thank
India,
you.
right? Mrs. India, right? All right. And now you notice Priyanka is agreeing with what skill enhancement, what I stated in my opening statement. I'll repeat that. My opinion is have a lot of preparation, spend time on skill enhancement, have a healthy, happy personal life. I know that skill enhancement, yes, is very, very much required. Oh, apart from skill, maybe attitudinal improvement is what we require on a day-to-day cases. All right. So skill and along with skill, only skill will not help. Along with skill, you need to improve a person's attitude to the max, because you may have a better skill, you may have a better qualification, but if you don't have a proper attitude, those two, it's like a triangle. If you
Yeah.
start increasing only skill, if you're increasing only education qualification, but if you are not touching your the attitude, then you will not go anywhere. So these are the place where you will take a toll on your perfection.
Mm.
If all three goes together, you don't have to even have a debate on this perfection today.
Then we would have missed our coffee session.
Yeah, no, Vandita, he is very much agreeing to the point that perfection is impossible. And, good, Mr. Riyaz. It's a good feel factor, It's a feel good
No,
factor.
I don't want to argue with a lawyer because I don't have a law degree. I don't want to argue with a lawyer.
It's a lovely Wednesday for me. Good to see you.
So we are towards the end of our session. So I like to hear the closing remarks from Priyanka. You first.
Oh, I wanted to take some notes from Mr. Riyaz. Anyways, Vandita, no problem.
Okay, this is a problem with the lawyers, right? They want to hear the argument, then counter argument. All right, no problem. I have no issue. I don't have a fear of speaking, so no issue. Okay, my closing argument is the single word called attitude, attitude, attitude. In other words, your sincerity and involvement in any of your work or action, rather than I say instead of work, I say action. Any of your action. Okay, now let me close this closing statement by taking a quotation from Aristotle. Pleasure in the job, put perfection in the work. Thank you.
All
Okay.
right, it's my turn. So at the end, as Mr. Riyaz said, that attitude matters, hard work, smart work matters. So there is nothing called perfection. It's impossible.
Coming back.
So just strive to do your best. You will achieve the best for you. And never say that you will not be able to do it, because never is the beginning. for your new work. So thank you so much, Vandita and Riazji. I'm definitely going to have my happy Wednesday cup of coffee because of you agreeing to all my points. Thank you.
See the lawyer skill, forcing our opponent to agree for whatever she wants. Okay, for a time being, I agree for the sake of agreeing.
Thank you.
Thank you. It was a wonderful session, Priyanka.
Yeah.
And
Same here. Thanks,
So,
Vandita. Thanks, Vanindya.
to sum up, I'm in support with both of our guests, and my closing remarks will be I'll repeat what Mr. Riaz said, the Aristotle statement pleasure in the job puts the perfection in the work. And I'll also say consistency is more important than perfection. So I am on both the sides. And when
Actually,
India,
Vandita, your last statement, you are again towards towards my side.
that's why I said I'm good towards both the guests. And so when India wishes you both a perfect growth,
no, rather, I
and
agree. My policy is also on consistency. So I agree on Priyanka on consistency part, not against the perfection part.
okay, so with perfection, when we talk, we will be talking about consistency, attitude, and skills then. That is the takeaway from the session. Thank you all for tuning in, and thanks Priyanka and Mr. Riaz for joining us and sharing your views. And When India will be back with more coffee sessions soon. Thank you so much.
Thanks for inviting us, Vandita.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Priyanka. Thank you, Vandita, and When India for inviting us. Thank you so much.